Hello fellow Americans, my name is Jim Dahlman and I'd like to talk to you about the 5 projects. We just talked about the first one in the last segment. Now I would like to start with Project 2, and it's a 5-year plan to put America back to work. While I talk about this, I don't want those of you who have lost their jobs and are out of work, that some 10, 20, 50 million of them, I don't know how many are out there, but a lot of you are out of work, and we're going to address that real soon. Hopefully before this segment is over. If not, it'll be certainly in the next segment. And so don't feel that we're just leaving you out and you're not important. You're coming up right after these next 2 projects, okay? The second project is a 5-year plan, putting welfare people to work. And it starts like this. In the first year, hopefully the first 90 to 180 days is the plan for welfare people to be working on jobs that are now presently filled by illegal aliens. It doesn't matter, we're not talking about a country, we're talking about illegal people here in America. That's all we're talking about. So we need to put those people to work. We need to help out and make it good for them and make it good for the employers and safe for the employers, because if they're employing them, they've been doing it for some time illegally themselves. So here's the plan. The first year, the employer first of all, the employer would be given amnesty. Secondly, the employer, the first year, would be picking up 50% of the cost of the employee, and the welfare would be picking up 50%. Let's say the job that they're listing is $16 an hour. So the employer would be paying $8 and the welfare system would be paying $8. That would give the employer time to train the people that they take on, and also would give him time to buy new machinery, upgrade, retool, and possibly buy other tooling to get involved or diversify himself or herself into other markets. And that's what we have to have, and that will be important when you find out, or we talk about putting the rest of America back to work. And for that, amnesty would be provided, and they would have to send a list of all of the jobs open, or being filled rather, by illegal aliens, the job title, the salary, the hourly rate, and also the company's name. The people that are here illegally would not be involved in any exposure. They would just simply lose their job. It is not an effort to ship anyone anywhere. It's just to put America back to work. That will keep tax dollars here, and it will save the first year American taxpayers right at $1 trillion. Yes, that's right, $1 trillion. And so we need to go to work putting those people to work. So the first year, we and the employer would pay each half. Each year thereafter, the employer would pick up an additional 10% until at the beginning of the 6th year, at the end of the 5th year, the employer would be paying all of the cost of the employee, $16 an hour plus benefits. As well, at the end of the 5th year, the taxpayers would be saving $2 trillion per year. That is $2 trillion per year. And the federal government, or our employees, always figure everything on a 10-year time frame. So that saves American taxpayers $20 trillion in 10 years. That is a lot of money. That means no tax increases, possibly some decreases. And with that, we could pay off a substantial amount of our debt, and we wouldn't be in debt to China. But the Bilderberg Group doesn't want that to happen, because they are after global control. And as I understand it, if you go to the Obama deception, you'll see that it all makes sense. It all adds up, given what we've seen over the last election and what we've seen now about getting the Obamacare, cap and trade, the different bailouts we've gotten. We got them in spite of the fact that the American people didn't want them. And so that's dictatorship. Again, I've said it before and I'll say it a number of times. That is dictatorship when they won't listen to us and we don't count. We do count, and we have to make ourselves count. So with that, we will save $2 trillion a year at the end of the 5 years, so that $1 trillion will increase by $200 billion every year. That won't all, we're not only after making people pay taxes and go to work and that sort of thing, but you know something? Working gives one a good sense of self-worth. And I gotta believe there's a lot of people, of those 50 million people, who are trapped on welfare because if they make any money, they get taken off. That's what we have to fix. And so there are lots and lots of Americans who would really like to work, but they're not allowed to work because the government, our employees, will not let them go to work without being on the skids, and we don't want that. So this is a good, viable way to put America back to work in a short period of time. So at the end of 5 years, we would have probably just only those on welfare who are sick, unable to go to work. We'll take care of those. That's our Creator said, hey, look after those people. And so we're not going to throw them out in the street. We're not going to take their livelihood away. We'll look after them. That's our job. So with that, Americans, we'll say so long and thanks for listening. God bless you and God bless America.